Good morning. It's 11 a.m. in Seoul. I'm Kim Mo-kyun at the Arirang News Center. We're breaking into our regular programming to bring you a live briefing from the South Korean health authorities on the coronavirus outbreak. In just a few moments, we'll cut into the briefing at the Sejong Government Complex with simultaneous interpretation in English. Director of Health Policy Yoon Tae-ho will be briefing us on the coronavirus situation here in South Korea. He will fill us in on the details of infection cases nationwide and what kind of efforts the government is making to contain the virus, especially with the spread of cluster infections cases seen in recent days. Now, it looks like the briefing is just about to start. As we wait, let me just give you a short wrap-up of the current situation. South Korea reported 126 additional infection cases of COVID-19 on Friday, bringing the total to 22,783. 5 more deaths have been reported. Now let's take a listen.
Let us now begin our regular briefing for September 18th, Friday. As of today midnight, we have 126 new cases as of today, and we have 109 new local infections, and among them, 82 are concentrated in the metropolitan area. And we do have a slight decline in the number of confirmed cases on a daily basis. However, it is very slow. And in the metropolitan area, we do not have a rapid decline in the number of cases. And we also have untraceable patients. And we also have continued sporadic infections. And these trends and these latest developments also show and prove that we still have certain cases outside the quarantine control and management. And during the past weekend, we analyzed the mobile traffic in the metropolitan area, and compared to the week just before the intensified quarantine measures in the metropolitan area, it declined by 13%. However, in just the previous weekend, we have seen a slight increase of this mobile traffic with about 8%. And with the prolonged social distancing measures, we believe that there are great discomforts and also inconvenience of the public, and we believe these trends show these sentiments. And we believe that our present efforts would yield results in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And please join us in emphasizing and putting us efforts to minimize social contact. And we also have the live quarantine measures for the broadcasting area, as well as a remote enjoyment of the culture during the Chuseok holidays. And the government continues to emphasize that the public need to refrain from going to their hometowns or going on travels during Chuseok holidays. And please stay home during the Chuseok holiday, and we are also encouraging the utilization of the non-face-to-face culture aspects. And the Culture Ministry is also trying to deliver to the public more remote enjoyment of the culture trends, and it will also have an online contents which will be disposed to the public free of charge, and they will be integrated into a single website, and they would also showcase diverse exhibitions and culture contents that are exhibited by the nation's cultural institutions. And we will also have an online special concert of musicals and operas and so forth. And we will also have a dedicated week for the online musicals and online arts events. And they will also facilitate the remote and non-face-to-face enjoyment of the cultural trends. And the Korea Communications Commission also, we will able to utilize a virtual phone call and telecommunication platform where many people can join to also exchange messages at a given time. And they will also have more documentaries that are family-oriented as well. And the cable TVs and other TV channels will also bring great coupons and also raffle events to the public and the audience. And KBS, which is in charge of the disaster broadcasting here in Korea, will also prepare a special documentary set for the disasters and the crises, and it will be on air. And starting from 28th of September to the 4th of October, these guidelines will be concentrated during these times. And we also ask for each of the TV channels and broadcasting companies to also broadcast these similar content as well. And we will also make sure that the stars on the TV shows will also keep great distancing so that we could also once again remind the public to keep a healthy social distancing. And in line with the continued social distancing efforts, we will also have great participatory events from the public as well. And they will be open to the general public, and people could apply to these contests with the poems or any other literature that they have written, and they could be applied via the Ministry of Health and Welfare homepage. And please remember and please note that we will also be welcoming very innovative ideas in these competitions and the contests going forward. And next, we also have our support for the consultations for the people who are suffering from the corona blues. And up until now, the government has provided great consultation sessions for the public in charge of these mental illnesses and depression. And we also had about 490,000 consultations, and we also provided a great amount of information as well. And these amount to about 2 million cases. And during the months of, starting from the months of August, that is, we also are cooperating with diverse government ministries as well to provide consultations as well. And we also are collaborating with schools to provide mental consultations for the students. And we are also collaborating with the gender ministry so that they are able to provide these consultation sessions to the multicultural families as well. And starting this month, we will also have an individual tailored psychological mentoring sessions via Kakao Talk as well, and they will be distributed to the public going forward. The government is exerting our full efforts to monitor the situation of the COVID-19 quarantine and also monitor the mental health of our public. And if you are suffering from any mental disorders or depression, please also use our hotline and also come to our homepage and applications for your consultation sessions. And we also are monitoring the supply of donations during the past months. Starting from the month of June, we had a stable supply of the blood thanks to the wide donations from the public. However, we have seen a decrease in the amount of individual blood donations as well as a group-based donations. And as of today midnight, our average supply of the blood stands at the supplies that can be used for about 3.3 days. And we will also like to urge and ask the public to also actively donate your blood, and we will make sure that the environment will be safe from the COVID-19. And we are also complying all of the managers and staff members as well as the blood donors to wear face masks as well. And we are exerting our full efforts to keep these environments safe. So until now, there were 0 cases of infections of COVID-19 at these blood donation centers. And we once again would like to ask you to donate your blood and participate in our unity and a sense of solidarity so that we could save the lives of people. And we are nearing the Chuseok holidays in just 2 weeks, so we once again ask the public to refrain from going to your hometowns or going to your travels. And of course, you must be missing your a valuable time being spent with your loved ones. However, please note that you need to stay home as much as possible. And we would like to thank you in advance for your participation. And we would also like to minimize the regional movement of people. And we believe that this is a very difficult situation, especially during the Chuseok holidays. So we would like to make sure that we have great worries about possible outbreak during the Chuseok holidays, and we ask for your consideration and understanding. So once again, we would like to ask you to abide by quarantine measures during the weekend. So if you are living in the metropolitan area, we ask you to refrain from non-essential travels or outings, and please refrain from going to crowded places. And we believe that you need to also visit department stores and traditional markets to prepare the upcoming Chuseok holidays, but always wear face masks and wash your hands on a regular basis. And as for the religious centers, we also ask you to comply with the quarantine measures. There are still sporadic clusters being witnessed and reported at religious centers. We need to protect the safety and the lives of our public and the worshippers, and please abide by these measures going forward. Thank you very much.
And that was the daily briefing on the COVID-19 situation here in South Korea. We heard that there were 126 additional infectious cases of COVID-19, bringing the total to 22,783. And there were 5 additional deaths, raising the death toll to 377. Now that wraps up our coverage of this morning's briefing. We'll be back with more of our regular newscast at 12 p.m. Korea time. Bye for now.